Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Or at least that's the plan. That's the idea. Yesterday, I did miss it, man. I apologize for that. But I was sick, man. I'm talking about sick, man. But I'm back, feeling much better. Still not 100, but feeling much better, man. My long-term folk still got my play, though, over at Pickdawgz Premium. We were on the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. I felt like that game didn't take a rocket scientist to see or understand. The T-Wolves had been balling out at home at the crib all season long. If you've been watching this jam session for any duration of time, you know one of my favorite spots in the NBA is the bounce back spot at home at the crib. It just set up really well for Minnesota. This series had 7 games written all over it. Now, if you know me, you already know where we're going to be at in game 7, but I won't spoil it. We'll break that game down in a couple of days. We got a game 6 today. And I ain't gonna lie, this game 6 gives me the eerie same feeling as that game gave me yesterday. I'll break it down for you, ladies and gentlemen, here in just a second. Money making Friday, rolling into a money making weekend. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money making Friday, man. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books, man. Let's make some money tonight. Let's keep this momentum rolling forward. We've been hot. I ain't gonna lie. We've been red hot, low key. Let's keep the momentum rolling forward. Without further ado, man, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. We got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers are laying 6.5 here in this thing. I've been watching this line all night, and this line has been growing all night. And it's kind of surprising because everybody, their mama, uncle, auntie, brother, sister, little cousin is betting the Knicks here today. Almost nobody wants to lay this many points with Indiana. But the books seem to be really comfortable with Indiana at this number. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Short, sweet, simple. I'm really comfortable with Indiana laying this number. And this is consistent with what I've said the entire series. I know a lot of you have labeled me as a Knicks hater. I am not that. From the start of the series, all I said was, I think this series is going 7. I think this is a 50-50 series, and I think the Pacers will have a legitimate shot to win this thing. That's all I said. That's exactly what I'm saying right here, right now. Look at the Pacers in the postseason at home. They've been dominant, really dominant. Like they've controlled the game, every game, the entire way. You know what I mean? Just go back and look. You can go back and watch the games. They controlled every game almost the entire way through at home in Indiana over Milwaukee and over the Knicks. We've seen them dominate the Knicks here in this series in Indiana, and I just don't see that changing. As I said in the intro, this game gives me the same eerie feeling that the game with the Minnesota Timberwolves gave me yesterday. I know I didn't record the video, but for my long-term subscribers, the guys that have me over at Pickdawgz Premium, they got the Timberwolves, and I told them I felt like it was a really good spot for them to bounce back at home at the crib behind a ruckus home environment. And that's the same way I feel about Indiana here. I even tweeted out a little something for you guys on Twitter if you follow me there that it, pretty much told you I was on the T-Wolves. But in this one, I'm on Indiana, bro. They've been dominant at home at the crib, and I expect them to be that same dominant home team. The Knicks have been a really good team throughout the postseason. Hats off to them. And I know a lot of you Knicks fans are going to, A, call me a hater, and B, say we beat the Sixers in this style spot last round. And yes, you did. But the Sixers, A, they always come up flat. B, we're really banged up. And C, so are you guys right now. Look at you guys' numbers with Anunoby on and off the floor. It's a night and day. And with him not here on the floor, on the road, game 6, I think it's a huge ask of Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart to go and win this game. Will they compete for most of it? Of course, they always compete. They're a really, high-energy team. But I think when it's all said and done, the Pacers pull off in the end and force a Game 7 in the Garden. And we'll talk about that Game 7 when we get there. That's how I see this thing shaking out. I love Jalen Brunson. I was a Jalen Brunson fan before many of you were. I knew Jalen Brunson was a dog. when he was the second best player on my Mavs team who went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. But again, asking them to pull this one off on the road. Have you seen the environment in Indiana? Have you seen the way the Pacers have balled in front of their home crowd in Indiana? They're a different team, different monster, different animal. And I expect to see that same Indiana team today. I expect this thing to go 7, like I said, from the very start. Again, everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie thinks 6.5 points in their back pocket with the Knicks is a really good bet. And I ain't gonna lie, it does seem appealing, but there's a reason the books keep raising this line, even with the money going the other way. Because they see it the way I see it. The Pacers are going to continue to dominate at home, at the crib. I would even try to look at laying an extended line. Give me the Pacers, laying the points, Game 6. We're going to get Game 7 in the Garden here in a couple days. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. And there's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Friday, heading into a Money Making weekend. Hop on the 3-day pass, man. Get everything that I'm offering for the weekend, man. Baseball, hockey, NBA, of course. Y'all know what it is. I appreciate each and every one of you, man. I am feeling better. Back to regular schedule programming. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books like we've been doing recently and like we've been doing all season long. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'm out of here. Peace.